He not only won the World Championship, but he broke a world record. And with more on Byerly is our own Tony Finn, one of the innovators of this sport.
Dan, this is clearly the pinnacle of a long wakeboard season. The Super Bowl, the World Series, and the Final Four all rolled up into one killer wakeboard contest. Scott Byerly is defending his world title, but he's coming off a very severe elbow injury. Also out with injuries are Darren Shapiro with a badly bruised ankle, and Gator just had his knee operated on. However, we got the world's best competitors here, including Dean Lavelle, Kobe Mikicic, and Mike Weddington. And surprisingly, a newcomer, Winter Haven local, toothless Thomas Jurrell, went huge yesterday and is #1 seed today. They're all trying to take Scott Byerly down and become the world's best wakeboarder.
Well, I'm looking forward to finding out why they call him toothless. Right now, the weather conditions are near perfect. A little on the cool side at 64 degrees, but beautiful clear skies, light winds, but you can count on these wakeboarders heating things up and doing so quickly. As we begin here in the final round, keep in mind 2 25-second passes with Kobe Mikicic, the 23-year-old out of Castleberry, Florida.
Right there, Kobe had the board in the backwards position. That's what we call fakie, and he did a roll. That was a fakie roll and a nice one. There, Kobe goes for an air back to front roll. That's a roll without a wake, and look at that. He grabs the board on that front flip, now turns the board into the fakie position again. For Mobius, like a gymnast, going big right there. A Mobius, a flip with the helicopter. He has to do the handle pass in midair, but he makes it. He gets a good edge into the wake there. Little bit late on his handle pass, and that causes his rear end to drag in the water a little bit. But hey, Kobe pulls it off and makes his first pass. That's a good score.
Sure is. 10,423 plus points for his first pass. A tremendous score for Kobe Mikicic. This is his second pass with 21 seconds and counting on that freestyle clock.
Did he go big on that first front flip or what? That was huge. Kobe is really strong, performing very well. There's a tantrum with the grab. Now a good carve into the wake right there for a front side roll. Only 5 seconds left. Kobe setting up right here for his last trick. It's a Mobius. Oh, he goes down. That trick is very difficult. And Kobe was doing the hand pass a little bit late, and that caused him to grab his tail edge and go down. There he catches the edge right there. He can't quite pull it off, but hey, being here at the Worlds in a very tense situation, I think Kobe put together 2 very good, very clean passes. We'll see if it's enough, but that 18,000 is something to shoot for the other riders.
18,170 points. That is a lot of fun. And here comes Scott Byerly, the defending world champion. Set a new world record last year with over 21,000 points. Can he do it again? The clock is winding down, and he is heating up.
Scott Byerly had an up and down season, definitely a season of peaks and valleys. When he is on, he's the best, and when he's not on, he certainly has some problems, but let's see what he can put together today. His style is very different than the other riders, coming from more of a skate, surf-type background. There goes the Mobius. Ooh! He goes down on that Mobius, was a little bit short, didn't even clear the wake, and boy, oh boy, that's too bad for Scott, defending his world title right here. He hits the top of the wake right there, and that throws him off. When you hit that wake, it's really difficult. You have to clear the wake and get to the other side, so you land right in that soft trough. And right there, you can see the wake cause him to bobble, and he goes out the front.
Added disappointment, I'm sure, for this 22-year-old who picks up 8,073.3 points because he lives in nearby Orlando, Florida, competing, if you will, in front of the home crowd. This is his second pass, and he better put something together here, Tony.
Scott Byerly needs at least 11,000 points on this pass. Oh, my word. Scott Byerly will not repeat as world champion. He goes down right there on a switch stance scarecrow. Look at this trick. His rotation is a little off, and he comes in very flat, does not complete the rotation. And that is a very, very big disappointment for Scott and all of his hometown fans here, Dan.
And that is a dejected Scott Byerly, who picks up a total of 10,173.3 points. He will come into shore, and he will have to think and look forward to next year. Mike Weddington, what waits for him? He had a big first round in the semifinals. Here he is in the finals in his first pass.
Mike Weddington has been improving a lot all season long, and he's looking forward to a big performance here today. Big front flip for Mike Weddington right there. Now Mike has a lot of time left and only one trick. It's the air Mobius, a roll with the helicopter. Mike nails it. That's a 1,600-point trick. And look at that time left. Mike was very calm and very smooth on that first pass.
Terrific first pass for the 20-year-old out of Castleberry, Florida, who, by the way, trains a lot with Kobe Mikicic.
Exactly. Mike and Kobe have been training together. A lot of guys train together and they can improve each other's performances. Kobe had a good pass. Now Mike has a good first pass.
10,320 points is the total score for pass number 1. Here he comes. This is pass number 2. He could vault into the lead with about 8,000 or 9,000 points. That's a good way to start.
Big backside slob front flip to fakie. He grabbed the board slob, did a front flip, and landed at fakie. That was a huge first trick. You're going to have to be consistent here today. The riders are all pushing the envelope here. Whoever stands up their passes is going to have a good chance for victory. There's a front side roll to revert for Mike Weddington. He's only got 1 second left. There it goes. It's a backside Mobius. A Mobius in his first pass, a Mobius in his second pass. Mike Weddington goes off here at the Worlds. Look at that handle pass right there. A little bit late, but he pulls it off and holds on. Oh, doctor.
And Tony, more importantly perhaps, or just as important, was not only the difficulty of that trick, 9,880 total points for his second pass, 20,200 points total. Yes, he is our current leader, but perhaps more than the difficulty was the style. Tremendous style for Weddington. This is Sean Murray. He's getting ready to enter the course, but while he warms up, let's check back in with Mike Weddington's course here in Altamonte Springs. This is Sean Murray.
Sean Murray came out of nowhere towards the end of the season and started to perform. Ooh, what happened right there? Sean Murray looks like he just let go of the handle. He was going for a frontside fakie roll to front. Looks like he made the trick, but for some reason, he fell. Had a good angle into the wake right there. Lands it big, lands it right out there in the flats, and then as he's trying to get the board back to forward, he goes down, and boy, oh boy, that's got to be a disappointment going down on his second trick. And, you know, right now it's just academic. I hope Sean does well here, but we know he's not going to beat Mike's aggressive performance. Nice hoochie glide for Sean on his first trick. And yeah, that was a pretty good scarecrow. That's the trick that Scott Byerly fell on. Carves back into the wake backside, over-rotates. Oh. He over-rotated right there, got back on his heel side edge, and went down. These guys are falling a lot sooner than they normally would. I think the pressure of being here at the World is definitely having an effect on some of the more inexperienced riders like Sean Murray. He makes a grab right there, but look how he gets back on his tail and goes down.
I was going to say, it's unusual to see these athletes over-rotate. We see under-rotation sometimes, but Sean Murray over-rotates in a very disappointing two-round total of just 5,723.3 points. All of those factors. Dean Lavelle, because he comes from a show skiing background, and let me tell you, they ski in all kinds of conditions, Tony.
Yeah, Dean has to ride in all kinds of conditions. He actually quit his job at SeaWorld so he could train full-time for this and other wakeboarding events, and that's a transitional maneuver right there. Ooh! Dean goes down on an air method front flip. Now, you remember I was talking about how when you do a trick without a wake, that's called an air trick. He goes for the air front flip, and he just didn't get quite enough pop, not quite enough rotation. That's a hoochie glide right there, but he actually missed the grab. And here he comes in for the air method front flip. He makes that grab, but he does not get anywhere near the rotation that he would have needed to make that trick, and he goes down on only his second trick.
And he picks up only 2,067 points for his first pass. He's going to have to pick it up for pass number 2.
Dean's first trick was a switch stance air railie, which is an air railie that you take off backwards and land backwards. And there was a fakie to front flip, and he was supposed to grab it, but he did not grab it. There's a grab on his attack sheet, but he definitely did not make the grab, and that's definitely going to cost him as he continues into his pass, ends it off with the big switch stance front flip to forward, and that trick was huge.
Well, this is that fakie to front flip. There you see the missed grab. It'll be interesting to see how much it costs him. Let's go down to the Mike Weddington, who is our leader. We'll watch them both. As Thomas Jurrell, only 18 years old from nearby Winter Haven, Florida, comes into the course. This is his first pass.
Well, Toothless Thomas Jurrell picked up that nickname a few weeks ago when he was practicing some tricks and actually knocked his front teeth out with his knee, and that had to be painful. But he's recovered nicely, and he's got great style and great composure for such a young competitor. That was a nice front flip to fakie right there with the slob grab. Ooh, oh! That is too bad for Tom Jurrell, but Mike Weddington, he is it. That does it right there. Mike Weddington is going to be the new 1995 Wakeboard World Champion. Let's watch right here what happened to Thomas. He gets a little bit too far back on his back foot, leans back and loses a handle.
Well, it is elementary at this point with a first round pass total of 4,124 points. This second pass is purely for the crowd. No chance to catch Mike Weddington, but here comes Jurrell.
Even though he doesn't have a chance to catch Mike Weddington, Thomas Jurrell still wants to go big here, and he is. The water's been getting rougher and rougher all day, and you can see it's definitely affecting the competitors. That's a nice frontside fakie roll to front for Thomas. He's got one more trick left. It's a fakie roll, and he nails his second pass cleanly. All right.
Nice job for Thomas Jurrell on the second pass. He picks it up to the tune of 9,893 points. That's more like it for a two-pass total of over 14,000 points. But here is our winner, Mike Weddington. Back with our winner after this. Board World Championship.
I've seen you come up through the ranks. I've seen you improve, get better and better. Right now, I mean, you just must be so happy.
Oh, I am, man. I'm shaking. I'm walking on air. I'm so stoked. I didn't see it happening. I just wanted to go out there and have a good day, have a good time, and stay on my passes. And I can't believe it, man. I'm just so stoked, man.
Now, you've been training with your teammate Kobe. Has that been helping you out?
Oh, yeah. Kobe pushes me a whole lot. I've been training with Thomas Jurrell and Chris Bischoff. Those guys all rip, and we learn together and ride together, and it helps a whole lot, man, riding with those guys.
What about the conditions today? Looked like we were getting a little bit of reverb going.
Yeah, there were some rollers in there, but you just had to, like, take it easy, take your time, and just think about standing each trick as it came. So I'm stoked, man.
So you're the world champion. You're the best wakeboarder in the world. How's it feel?
It's insane, man. I'm so stoked, man. I just wanted to thank Full Tilt Wakeboards for making the best wakeboards in the industry, and Rip Curl wetsuits and Snow Wave and the Wave wakeboard shops. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Mom and Dad, love you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Tony, man.
Let's hear it for Dewey!
There was other competition on this day. Yes, they were pulled by the big boats in the World Championships, but they were also pulled behind the Sea-Doos for the expression session, where Jeff Here, the young man from Canada, came out on top.
Jeff Here actually won this competition last year also, was the defending Sea-Doo World Champion, and comes up big here today.
Well, Dean Lavelle was able to bounce back when being pulled behind the correct craft for the expression session. Dean Lavelle in first place, freestyling his way all the way to a first place check of about $500. That's not too shabby. Congratulations to Dean Lavelle, and thanks to Freestyle for the extra cash. But the big winner of the day, Mike Weddington, who will take home and live with the title of world champion for the next year. For Tony Finn, I'm Dan Debenham. So long, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, man.